You know that feeling, right? That kind of weird, spooky coincidence that makes you stop and wonder if the universe is trying to tell you something? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on exactly what's going on there.
So picture this. It always starts with something small. You come across a new word you've never heard before. I don't know, something like petrichor, the smell of rain on dry earth. You look it up, you think, huh, that's cool, and then you just move on.
But then it happens. You hear it in a movie that night. It pops up in an article the next day. Someone says it in a coffee shop, and you're just standing there thinking, what are the odds? This is impossible.
Or maybe this one's more familiar. You spend ages researching, you test drive, and you finally buy that perfect car. Let's say it's a specific model, maybe a bright red SUV. You feel great, you feel unique,
and then boom, the second you drive it off the lot, it's like a memo went out to every other owner of that exact same car. They're everywhere. In the lane next to you, parked at the grocery store. It's like they're following you.
So let me put your mind at ease. You're not going crazy, and no, it's not a glitch in the matrix. What you're experiencing has a name, the frequency illusion. It's also sometimes called the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. The key here is that the number of red SUVs hasn't actually increased. Your brain has just suddenly decided they're worth counting.
No, what's really cool about this is that it's not just one thing your brain is doing. It's a powerful mental combo, like a 1-2 punch that completely shifts how you see the world around you.
And here are the two heavy hitters responsible. Number 1, selective attention, and number 2, confirmation bias. These two mental shortcuts team up, and the result is this incredibly powerful illusion. So let's break down how this 1-2 punch actually works.
All right, first up, we have punch number 1. This is all about what your brain decides is important. Think of it as your brain creating a brand new spotlight for itself. Just think about it for a second. Your brain is bombarded with millions, literally millions, of pieces of information every single second. It's like a security guard standing in the middle of a massive, chaotic festival. There's no way to pay attention to everything. So, to keep from short-circuiting, the guard has to tune out all the background noise and just focus on what matters. Your brain does the exact same thing, all day, every day.
So when you learn that new word or buy that new car, it's like you're tapping that security guard on the shoulder and handing them a picture. You're saying, hey, see this? This red SUV? This is important now. Put it on the VIP list.
And the change is immediate. Before, that car was just part of the background scenery, just another shape in traffic your brain totally ignored. But after you flagged it as important, wham, your brain's new spotlight shines right on it every single time. The number of cars didn't change at all. What changed was your brain's filter. That's punch 1. But for the illusion to really take hold, it needs a partner.
And that brings us to punch number 2. This is the part that cements the illusion in place. It's a little voice in your head that acts like your own personal cheerleader. Or maybe a better way to put it is your brain's little yes man.
Here's a little secret about your brain. It absolutely loves being right. It actually gets a tiny little kick, a little dopamine hit, every time it confirms something it suspects is true. So it has this built-in yes man whose only job is to run around and find proof for your new ideas. So this is the inner dialogue, right? Your new spotlight of selective attention lands on one of those red SUVs, and immediately your little internal yes man starts jumping up and down, screaming, aha, see, I knew it, they really are everywhere. It feels like a brilliant discovery. And what's happening is your brain has basically keeping score. It's celebrating every single hit, every red SUV it spots, while totally ignoring the hundreds of other silver, black, and white cars that drive by. I mean, they don't prove the new theory, so who cares about them? They might as well be invisible. It's this perfect loop of noticing something and then getting a reward for noticing it. Okay, so this is a fun little brain quirk, but why does it actually matter? Well, once you understand this illusion, you start seeing how it's used all around us, every single day.
You know how you can just be talking about needing new running shoes and suddenly ads for running shoes are following you all over the internet? Well, marketers are deliberately trying to trigger this. They plant that little seed, the new idea, and then they count on your brain's spotlight and its yes man to do the rest of the work. This also perfectly explains things like social media echo chambers. If you start to lean a certain way politically, your brain will start highlighting posts that agree with you, making it feel like literally everyone thinks the same way you do.
But now you know the trick. You can see the gears turning behind the curtain. And that's actually a kind of superpower. This isn't a flaw in your thinking. It's just how our brains are wired to find patterns. And knowing the wiring, well, that gives you control.
So the next time this happens to you, and oh, it will, you don't have to wonder what's going on. You can just kind of smile to yourself. It's not magic. It's not a conspiracy. It's just your amazing brain's internal spotlight and its very enthusiastic little yes man, both working together to make sense of a really, really noisy world.
And that leaves us with a really fun, kind of meta question. Now that you're aware of the frequency illusion itself, well, guess what? Based on everything we just talked about, your brain has just been told this is important. You're probably going to start seeing examples of this phenomenon everywhere. So the real question is, what else will you start to notice?